downloaded by Lemurian energy. That's why it's Lemurian. It's not about the shape, it's not about the color, or the size, or the condition, or the locale, or the country, or continent. It's just the energy. Either the energy is there or it isn't. That's what makes it Lemurian.
Sure. Can you just talk a little bit about what you were saying before with like exactly?
The Lemurians were intergalactic beings that came to Earth, were advised to come to Earth by the powers that above them, kind of in a hierarchy, and came to help and aid, assist humanity at large.
Mm-hmm.
And they did everything pretty darn well. There was an intergalactic treaty of sorts, and then they invited some other fellows to come in and join the Federation, and they were younger, not quite as mature souls.
Sure.
That would be the Atlanteans.
Okay.
Some of the Lemurians stayed as consultants. The Hindus would call this, when the new gods came, there's the old gods. And some of the Atlanteans enjoyed being human a little too much. They were living in a human body even though they weren't human.
Sure.
So they got into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And at some point, we and a number of others pulled the bridge so that they could no longer sustain that. They didn't sink and all that stuff. That's kind of the legend. They sank. They were riding on spaceships, etc. And from that were born the sixth great cradleland of civilization. Indus Valley for the Hindus, the other rivers for the Chinese, obviously Egypt, Tigris Euphrates River, ancient Babylonia, and offhand I can only think of one more, but there's several, and that would be the Incas, which still have a continuous 60,000 years of continuous what they're doing.
Sure.
So, anyway, it's all good.
Can you tell us a little about these Lemurians that you have? Like, do you mind? Is that alright?
These are the two major mines that were in Brazil are both, one's underwater because it became a lake because it's deep enough that they hit, it's about a mile long and a half a mile wide.
Sure.
They hit an aquifer and they pumped as fast as they could for as long as they could, but eventually Mother Nature filled it up. It's now a national park in Brazil, so there's no more production there. And the quartz itself, again, what makes it Lemurian is it has the vibe inside, and it's the location in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the vibe is there, that's why it is there. These are some oldies that are pink Lemurian, for example. They have a light pink hue to them.
Sure.
And they're great fun. This is all old stock, or else I'd be out too. These are your typical.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Lemurian seed crystals. We call them seeds because the Lemurians, when they came, knew that there was an abundance of quartz here. They were going to use it for making it rain, making it stop, doing the things they do, changing apples into oranges, whatever the tasks were. But knowing, and they brought with them micro seeds, so you could get perhaps 200,000 seeds in a millimeter by millimeter vial, if that makes sense. They could extract the seeds and grow the quartz they wanted to.
Sure.
This quartz was, in a sense, like lab grown. It was growing in sand. Lemurians always grow in sand. It's an anomaly, or almost a near impossibility for quartz to grow in sand.
Sure.
So that's part of it. That's why they're called seeds. They were seeded so that they would be revealed when humanity was ready to actually be able to do something with them. So they are appearing at different times, different locations.
What do you think's the best resource online to learn about Lemurians, like, in your opinion? That's
about
good. Is there a good source? Do you think anywhere?
I would head for the books, and I would head for the books. And there's a number of really great mineral books that are metaphysical in nature that are good as well. I prefer Melody's